Now it is my pleasure to introduce FVCC's President, Dr. Jane Harris.
I want to welcome all of you tonight, but before we begin, would you please join me in a moment of silence for those men and women who have served and are serving our country overseas and across the U.S. Thank you. It is my honor tonight to introduce you to the individuals seated on this stage. From your right to left, they are FVCC trustees Pete Akey, Shannon Lund, Patrick Gulick, Kelly Stimson, retired professor Joe Leggett, and Vice President of Academic and Student Affairs, Dr. Chris Klaus. This is FVCC's 54th commencement, my 23rd at FVCC, and most likely your first college commencement, but very possibly not your last. On this day, not only do we celebrate your amazing accomplishments, but all the individuals who helped make your success possible. Our outstanding faculty and staff, your parents, your children, other relatives, friends, neighbors, the people who help us all are endless. How do we inspire you, the graduates of 2022, who have endured a pandemic and persisted to overcome challenges never before seen by college students? You are awe-inspiring individuals. Any one of you could be the person standing here talking about life lessons and the future ahead. In addition to the normal challenges faced by college students, I know that you overcame many more obstacles. In 2020, your in-person classes overnight turned into remote delivery classes. You had to keep up with classes that were face-to-face, solely remote, hybrid, or switching back and forth. Those were some of the easier challenges. Many of you worked 1 or 2 or 3 jobs while trying to keep up with ever-changing class delivery. Some of you have children who were home needing care and attention and your help with their schoolwork. Others of you faced the challenge of getting enough food or finding affordable housing or a job. The list is endless. We were and are all in it together, and I admire you for making it through. Over the past 2 years, we have all learned a lot about ourselves and each other. You overcame adversity and you persevered. You are graduating. I am so proud of you and what you have accomplished. You faced your challenges head on, and yes, often with some help from family and friends. You, our FVCC graduates, have already accomplished incredible things. I am in awe of how hard you have worked to be here receiving your degrees and your certificates today. Arriving at this day shows that you can persevere through hard times and uncertainty to come out on the other side. Here you are. You can accomplish anything. Tonight we are celebrating you. Congratulations.
I would like to introduce our student speaker. Please welcome Emmett Jesse. Emmett started at FVCC as a Running Start student and is earning an Associate of Arts with an emphasis in business. He is our current student government president, a member of Phi Theta Kappa, and has been involved in a number of community service projects. He plans to attend University of Montana Western to earn a bachelor's degree in business administration, and hopefully someday will earn his MBA and a law degree. Please welcome Emmett.
Thank you, Chris Klaus. Thank you, friends, family, faculty, and fellow graduates for being here today. It is an honor to celebrate this milestone with you. We finally made it. Congratulations to the class of 2022. We survived. We made it to graduation through all the quizzes, tests, and presentations, the sleepless nights, and phone calls to fellow classmates for help, and late night emails to professors. I'd like to share a little bit about my experience over the past 2 years and how FVCC has changed my life and what I have learned. Change is everywhere. The Greek philosopher Heraclitus once said, There's nothing permanent except change. Change is inevitable, but from change we can grow, adapt, and become better. Change is not easy. It can be uncomfortable and difficult. The last 2 years have been evidence of this with the global pandemic. It has affected our day-to-day life. It brought about social distancing, wearing masks, and how we greet people. We all probably wash our hands a lot more, right? COVID challenged our values and even tested our patience. When March of 2020 arrived, my world changed. As a senior in high school and a running start student, it meant hours and hours of online classes, learning new online tools, and trying to succeed in solitary classroom. Also, it meant that no senior prom, celebrating with friends and my siblings and grandparents, not attending my high school graduation. However, I am proud to say that they are here today to see me give the commencement speech, something I never imagined doing 2 years ago. In the past few years, I've tried new things and learned to adapt and kept moving forward. Joining student government helped me shape me into the leader that I am today. It challenged me to lead a group of my peers and stay organized. Volunteering to become a college ambassador for the Chamber of Commerce really pushed me outside of my comfort zone. Meeting business owners and influential people in our community not only broadened my horizons for what was out there, but encouraged me to become a business major. FVCC has afforded me so much more than what was on the course syllabi. However, my faculty advisor, Connie Hitchcock, is pretty amazing. For this, I am forever grateful. Graduation is the end of one chapter and the beginning of a new one. We have worked hard to reach this milestone. We have learned so much about ourselves and experienced a lot of change and adversity. However, we have endured and we have succeeded. Life is full of change, and I encourage you to continue to embrace uncertainty and change head on. If you choose to, you can accept change with grace. You can start this new chapter of your life with a head full of memories and a heart full of hope. I'd like to leave you with a quote from one of my favorite heroes. Change is the law of life, and those who look only to the past and present are certain to miss the future. John F. Kennedy. Thank you.
Thank you, Emmett. Our faculty speaker was selected by the Faculty Senate, Connie Hitchcock. Connie earned her MBA from Vanderbilt University and her Bachelor of Science in Public Administration from the University of Southern California. Prior to teaching, Connie worked in HR management and operations management at Oscar Mayer, Bridgestone, and Jack Daniels. Connie taught 8 years at FVCC, and before FVCC, she taught at Chattanooga State Community College for 12 years. She is the recipient of several teaching and advising awards, including the Tennessee University and Community College Technology Innovation Award. Also notable, Connie was a member of the Whitefish Ice Den's curling championship team. With Connie's upcoming retirement, she plans to spend more time with her husband Trent and dog Grace, traveling, hiking, and camping, as well as pursuing her creative talents in painting and glasswork. Please welcome our faculty speaker, Connie Hitchcock.
Dr. Karras, Dr. Cloud, esteemed guests, colleagues, family, friends, and most importantly, the graduating class of 2022. You guys look awesome out there. For those of you that have had me in class, I'm sorry to say there will be no PowerPoint slides today. You'll have to take your own notes. I'm kind of known around campus and even in my personal life as a person who rarely says no. In fact, I've actually been told it's something I need to learn to do. I believe my life, though, has been much richer because most of the time I just say yes. At 18, I said yes to college in Southern California, moving from a small town in Kentucky. After working post-college for a few years, I said yes to an opportunity to earn my MBA. I had 2 diverse and meaningful educational opportunities just for saying yes, when it might have in both cases been much easier just to take a shorter path. Professionally, as Dr. Klaus mentioned, I've said yes to meat packing, tire building, and whiskey making. I have actually hung up live turkeys, you know where they were going. I literally built a tire. My husband's over there cringing, and don't worry, it never made it on the road. And I've been an official whiskey taster. You have to spit, no swallowing, so just saying. These are things that don't just happen. You've got to say yes. I said yes to my husband, who has been my supporter, best friend, and love of my life, always there for me. It was at my husband's encouragement that I said yes to a career change that took me into teaching. A powerful moment that changed my path dramatically. 9 years ago, never having heard of or having been in Kalispell, Montana, except for my interview, I said yes to FVCC. And I'm very glad I did. Shortly after coming here, my husband and I said yes to curling, and we did win a championship, probably not due to us, but our partners. And cross-country skiing, I said yes to your next speaker, I think he's back here, and his esteemed colleague to perform in the theater. Maybe not the wisest yes. I said yes to be an advisor to student government, and I said yes to delivering Senior Institute. The list goes on. All of these yes points in my life have made it a rich and fulfilling one. You said yes when you chose to go to college. And look where you are tonight. Each of you is on the cusp of a new adventure just because you said yes. Here are just a few examples of some of your classmates. I know there is a person among you who was promoted to a management position not long ago because she said yes to an internship that took her out of her comfort zone and yet let her strong analytic and leadership skills shine as proven values in her workplace. There is a person among you out there who came not sure of her talent, but found her voice in an art classroom and now plans to pursue graphic design as a profession. She said yes to a new way to pursue her artistic interests. One of you drove over an hour a day, twice a day, and is poised for a wonderful career that will make use of his skills and talents because he said yes to the literally long road that gave him the opportunity to be at FVCC. Another person among you has exciting plans to share her love and spirit for our world by embarking on a road to event planning and hosting with wonderful ideas for creating community and connections because she said yes to sobriety. She might be dancing around out here sometime tonight, so we might see her. Yet another person out there doesn't know for sure what he might do next, but he is confident of the future because he said yes to service leadership. Whether in welding, graphic design, business, programming, firearms technology, surge tech, culinary, math, science, health science, nursing, you all said yes. You overcame the challenges put in front of you. You found ways to get over or around the hurdles. You prioritized, organized, and followed through. You said yes to a college education. I urge you, don't stop there. You can just say yes to opportunities, a new job, a new role at your work, maybe a new location. You can just say yes to travel. You don't have to go far. Just get out there. My Montana bucket list has close to 175 unique and interesting places around our state where you can explore and enjoy. Just let me know if you're interested in a coffee. You can just say yes to service. Work in your community. Help a neighbor. Donate to the food bank or our own FVCC food pantry. Tutor fellow students that are aspiring to do what you have done. Or use your gifts just to pay it forward. You can say yes to more learning. Yes, more learning. Keep reading, keep analyzing, and keep an open mind to new ways of doing things. You can just say yes to exploration of your talents, of your passions, of our world. When I left industry 20-some years ago to go into teaching, I just said yes. I always thought I'd go back to industry one day. However, okay, here it comes. Sorry. However, teaching has been such a gratifying, exciting, and rewarding adventure for me because of you. As I move to the next chapter of my life, I wish you all the joy, curiosity, and zest for this next chapter in yours. Remember, just say yes.
Thank you, Connie. It's always wonderful to hear from our outstanding faculty. And tonight it's my great honor to introduce tonight's commencement speaker. Raised on a farm in southeast Missouri, Joe Leggett attended college at Arkansas State University to be a teacher. Completing his Bachelor of Science in Education, studying Communication and Theater Arts, Joe taught second grade in high school, but after a year teaching middle school, he enthusiastically returned to ASU. I know some of you, those of you that are aspiring for middle school, just think about that. He returned to ASU for a Master's of Arts degree in Communication and Theater Arts. His graduate education launched Joe into the profession of teaching at the State University of New York, Oneonta, Clemson University, the University of Southern Mississippi, where he also completed his Master of Fine Arts in Theater Lighting Design, Dickinson State University, and most importantly for all of us, Flathead Valley Community College. Despite having taught at universities that he thought were excellent, Joe was drawn to FVCC by the teachers, staff, and administration that were dedicated first and foremost to helping the students achieve their educational dreams. He was also challenged by starting a theater program in a school without a theater, much less a program. During his job interview, one of his future colleagues quietly told him, "You can do anything at FVCC if you're willing to work hard enough for it." And Joe did. Joe wanted his FVCC students to believe that they were also capable of doing anything. Today, his students can be found at high schools, colleges, universities, and theaters across the country. I have had the great fortune to work with Joe for 23 years and watch him build an outstanding theater program. From 4 divided classrooms in our LRC building, building sets outside in the grass in all kinds of weather, and using the hallways as dressing rooms, to now the newly named Joe Leggett Black Box Theater, Joe has always focused on the well-being and growth of his students, in addition to providing that excellent education. We were all sad when Joe retired last fall, but the curtain must go down. However, I'm happy that he has returned for an encore, so please help me welcome Joe Leggett.
Good evening. Thank you for allowing me a few minutes of your time this evening. I realize the magnitude of this day and the excitement felt by the graduates and their families. After 42 years of teaching in colleges and universities, there should be a few things that I might address. In particular, and certainly not the least of which, would be the lessons that my students taught me over the years. Generally, these are lessons of compassion and empathy and kindness for our fellow human beings and the service that we may give to our community. Although, really what I would like to talk about tonight is a little bit of the journey that brought me to where I am standing right now. Many decades ago, a young speech major had an interview with his academic advisor. Dr. Obed Bayless sat across the desk, looked at me and said, "Joe, we need to find you a second area of study, a minor. And you know, I think you would fit in real well with that theater group. How about next semester we sign you up for stagecraft?" Well, I was surprised. Number one, I had assumed that I was just another undergraduate to Dr. Bayless. But he had clearly given some thought about me and my education. And then I was a little bit anxious and perhaps even a little bit insulted because I was a member of the university debate team and I didn't have time or interest or involvement in anything as frivolous as theater. Now, I have to tell you at this point, I grew up on a farm in a very small town, and I had never seen a play. I didn't know anything about theater. So I grumbled, but agreed to give it a shot. By the following semester, I had done enough research on my new stagecraft class that I wasn't dreading it anymore. The class met in the shop, building scenery for the next departmental production. At least my farming background gave me some experience working with tools, and so I really wasn't worried about that. And I had to admit the theater majors that I had met, they were pretty friendly. So off I went to my very first stagecraft class, ready to build something impressive. My very first class in theater, my very first assignment was gluing fake fur on a 12-foot King Kong head. I wasn't expecting that. And that's pretty much how the semester progressed. One very strange or very curious project after another. And I have to tell you, it was great fun. Eventually, as part of the class requirements, I had to see the play that we had been working on. My very first play ever. And I had no idea what to expect. Opening night, I took my seat and settled in. Soon the house lights went dark. The music swelled. The curtain opened. And wave after wave of colored light washed across the stage as the actors sang and danced, and the audience went wild. I was amazed at the spectacle. I experienced my very first epiphany before we hit intermission. And it came to me as a question. They will pay me to do this? Really? I was hooked. I became a theater minor, and eventually I had a double major. So what's the point of this story? It's twofold. First, in becoming involved in theater, my life took a different course. I traveled to places I never would have seen, and I had adventures I never would have experienced. At some level, every dear friend I have is because of theater or where theater took me. I would not have my ideal partner. I would not have my family had I not studied theater. I would not have witnessed all of those students have success in professional theater or educational theater or eventually becoming my colleagues and some of my best friends. I would not be here right now. Ultimately, my life was changed immeasurably because Dr. Bayless encouraged me to take that silly stagecraft class. So, lesson 1 this evening. Embrace new adventures. You never know how they may enrich your life. Lesson 2. Pay attention. Be aware. I didn't realize how Dr. Bayless, my academic advisor, had considered my education until it was too late to thank him. And I sincerely regret that. Maybe there's someone in your life who has impressed you, who has cared about you, that you should thank. Don't wait until it's too late. You know, no matter how hard you prepare, life will throw you curves. Try to learn from these experiences. In theater, there is a particular play written by William Shakespeare that many of us believe is cursed. Many thespians are reluctant to say the play's name in the theater because we know it will bring bad luck. I will tell you this evening that Macbeth is not cursed. Dracula is. Let me explain. It was a summer stock production of Dracula in upstate New York, and I was a young lighting designer. In the final scene where Van Helsing confronts the vampire, the director wanted to flood the stage floor with fog. He thought it would give it a more dramatic effect. It seemed like a great idea to me. I thought it was really great, and fog always makes lighting look really good, so I was excited about it. So we started working on it. At the proper moment in the play, the lights would fade to dark and the scene changed. We'd flood the stage with fog, and my spooky lighting would come up to reveal Van Helsing, knee-deep in fog, approaching Dracula's coffin. It looked very cool. But remember what I said, life will throw you a curve. You see, in theater, like life, things change. During rehearsal, only a few actors and technicians were in the theater. But on opening night, with the audience filling the house, something changed that no one in the company anticipated. The ventilation system. Some of you probably already know what was going on, what happened. At the key moment, the lights came up to see Van Helsing knee-deep in fog, and it looked really cool. And because of the ventilation system, the fog starts slowly rolling across the stage toward the audience. It briefly stopped at the edge of the stage and then began washing over the audience, one row at a time, like this giant evil fog, eating theater patrons. I was in the booth with my technicians, watching in horror as the thing transformed before us. We would see audience members sort of lean back and then be devoured by the fog. Occasionally, a hand would come up and then slowly sink back down. Now it's funny, but at that particular moment, it was terrifying. All we had to do for subsequent performances, we asked the support staff to turn off the ventilation system the last 20 minutes of the show, and we never had any trouble with it again. And you would think that, one bad moment, that doesn't make it a cursed show, Joe, right? crew, but there were a lot of cursed moments in this show. Early in the production, the director came into a production meeting all excited. He said, "I've got to show you something." So the designers went out on stage with him, and out of his bag, he pulled a wind-up toy seagull. Okay? He wound it up, he threw it into the house, and it flapped its wings wildly and flew all around the place and eventually crashed into the seat. And, and he retrieved the toy. He saw her puzzled expression and said, "Wait, don't you get it? All we have to do is paint it black, put some lace on the wings, and it'll look like a bat." We were dubious, but the prop master took the seagull, painted it black, put some lace on the wings, painted its eyes blood red, and the next production meeting, he came back with it, and the director wound it up and launched it, and I gotta tell you, it looked like a bat. It was cool. But the next question we had for him is, how are we going to use it? I mean, we can't just throw a bat at the audience. And he had it all figured out. Early in the play, Van Helsing confronts the vampire. The vampire disappears in a trap door. And there was even a perfect line in this play. Van Helsing says, "He disappeared like a bat." So great. The director's idea, you see, was to tie a fishing line onto this thing, and he would have a stagehand throw the bat over the wall. And on the other side of the stage, there'd be another stagehand with a rod and reel, reeling furiously, and the bat is going to go, right where he wanted it to. We were very skeptical, but we gave it a try. At the very moment that Dracula disappears on the trap door, the technician throws the seagull bat over the wall. The other technician, reeling furiously, the bat comes over and swoops down at Van Helsing, swoops up again and disappears over the wall. It looked great. And practice after practice, rehearsal after rehearsal, every time we tried it, it was wonderful. Until opening night. Opening night. Dracula says his line, disappears on a trap door. The stagehand throws the seagull bat over the wall. The seagull bat swoops down at Van Helsing, and the line breaks. And the bat falls at Van Helsing's feet. And Van Helsing is stuck there center stage watching the bat flap. So, okay, all right. Second night, we put a nice fresh screen on it and throws it over the wall, and the line gets caught on some scenery, and the bat goes whap and sticks to the stage wall, flapping away, dying on the stage wall. The third night, he throws it over the wall, it gets tangled up in an overhead batten, and there's the bat left dangling over Van Helsing's head like a giant spider. That proved to be the Seagull Bat's final performance. As the director agreed that Dracula the comedy was not appropriate for what we were trying to do. Life will throw you curves, and the best that we can do is try to learn from them. Or, as the meme says, good judgment comes from experience. Experience comes from bad judgment. For this evening, graduates, I would like to conclude by paraphrasing one of my favorite pundits when asked by the Wall Street Journal for important life advice. Number one, remember that you are enough. You are smart enough. You are clever enough. You are capable enough. You are worthy enough. You don't need to be more. You have already completed tremendous challenges as evidenced by your presence here this evening. Certainly, there will be many more challenges ahead, but you are smart, and you are capable, and you are clever, and you are worthy. You are enough. And number two, come on, be nice to each other. The person sitting next to you may be different. Learn to disagree civilly. Be nice. With that, congratulations, graduates. Celebrate your successes. Thank someone that cares about you. Chase your dreams and have fun. Don't ever forget to have fun.
Thank you, Joe. Now, will the candidates for the Associate of Arts, the Associate of Science, Associate of Applied Science, and certificates please stand? Dr. Karras, on behalf of the faculty and Flathead Valley Community College, I am pleased to present these candidates for the associate's degrees and certificates.
By the virtue of the authority of the Board of Trustees of Flathead Valley Community College, by law and upon recommendation of the faculty, I confer the Associate of Arts, the Associate of Science, the Associate of Applied Science degrees and certificates upon those who have successfully completed all fields in the requirements indicated. Will the marshals please escort the graduates to the stage?
Thomas Shea, Associate of Applied Science, Information Technology and Security. Emmett Luke Jesse, Associate of Science. Sarah J. Stafford, Associate of Applied Science, Medical Coding with honors. Marco L. Bryan, Associate of Applied Science, Medical Coding. Caitlin Elizabeth Ackroyd, Associate of Science, Nursing. Christine Marie Bowles, Associate of Science, Nursing. Tracy Dawn Elk, Associate of Science, Nursing. Shanna Nicole Adams, Associate of Applied Science, Medical Laboratory Technology. Lauren Ann Todemeyer, Associate of Applied Science, Medical Laboratory Technology with honors. Margaret Elizabeth Martin, Associate of Applied Science, Medical Laboratory Technology with honors. Brittany M. Sago, Associate of Arts. Caitlin Holly Clark, Substance Abuse Counseling with honors. Danielle Harley Williams, Associate of Arts. Justin Warren Williams, Associate of Arts. Katya Joy Hostovit, Associate of Science. Alexis Kimberly Kyle, Associate of Applied Science, Medical Assistant. Jenalea Trey Frazen, the Certificate of Applied Science, Medical Assistant. Terry Marie Reidenauer, Associate of Applied Science, Surgical Technology with honors. Rebecca Lynn Hicks, Associate of Science, Associate of Applied Science, Surgical Technology. Joanna Michaela Rose, Associate of Applied Science, Surgical Technology. Shay Brianna Sonju, Associate of Applied Science, Surgical Technology with honors. Ashley Blair Mason, Associate of Applied Science, Surgical Technology with honors. Anna Lee Ramsey, Associate of Applied Science, Surgical Technology. Jenna Kathleen Sullivan, Associate of Applied Science, Surgical Technology. Christy Ann Barndell Barham, Associate of Applied Science, Surgical Technology with honors. Ratatanya Hansen, Associate of Applied Science, Surgical Technology. Valerie Jean Bartel, Associate of Applied Science, Surgical Technology. Natalie M. Scott, Associate of Applied Science, Graphic Design with honors. Mishi Rosalinda Saunders, Associate of Applied Science, Healthcare Office Management. Callie Marie McDaniels, Associate of Science with honors. Danielle Elizabeth Andrea Russell, Associate of Science. Julie A. Blake, Associate of Arts, Associate of Applied Science, Small Business Management, Certificate of Applied Science Entrepreneurship with honors. Amanda Maxine Shepard, Associate of Applied Science, Medical Coding. Julie Ann Chandrager, Associate of Applied Science, Information Technology and Security. Gail Ann Brueggemann, Associate of Applied Science, Accounting Technology. Sandra Yazenia Vasquez, Associate of Applied Science, Accounting Technology with honors. Logan Douglas Mercer, Associate of Arts, Substance Abuse Counseling with honors. Elisha Keller Sutton, Associate of Science. Alexi Dawn Yardy, Associate of Applied Science, Accounting Technology. Caitlin Marie Long, Associate of Arts. Alice Aya Addington, Associate of Science. Kylie Michelle Doherty, Associate of Science with honors. Jessica Allen Jones, Associate of Applied Science, Early Childhood Education. Sydney Gear, Associate of Science. Kayla Megan Kierstead, Associate of Arts. Michael Joshua Campbell, Associate of Arts. Christopher Lewis Bending, Associate of Arts, Substance Abuse Counseling. Evan Jerome Steckler, Associate of Applied Science, Culinary Arts and Catering with honors. Joshua Daniel Rutherford, Associate of Applied Science, Culinary Arts and Catering with honors. Avery Arabella Ollie George, Associate of Applied Science, Culinary Arts and Catering with honors. Kyron Dwayne Neer, Associate of Applied Science, Culinary Arts and Catering with honors. Sarah B. Jackson, Certificate of Applied Science, Practical Nursing. Caitlin Rose Dutton, Associate of Applied Science, Practical Nursing. Melissa Mia Kissinger, Certificate of Applied Science, Practical Nursing. Savannah Alexandria Phillipson, Associate of Arts with honors. Lacey M. Thompson, Associate of Arts. Kendra Nicole Schramm, Associate of Science. Justin Wayne Turner, Associate of Applied Science, Culinary Arts and Catering. Kinsey Jaden Peterson, Associate of Science with honors. Amanda Marie Hale, Associate of Arts. Kirsten Marie Olson, Associate of Arts. Chastity L. Williamson Tatesy, Associate of Applied Science, Paramedicine with honors. Marie Gabrielle Gibson, Certificate of Technical Studies, Firearms Technology. Trevor Douglas Molnar, Associate of Applied Science, Firearms Technology. Nicholas David Kirchheimer, Associate of Applied Science, Electrical Technology with honors. Quentin Daniel Allen, Associate of Applied Science, Electrical Technology. Garrett George Kruger, Associate of Technical Studies, Welding Technology. Anthony L. Tatum, Certificate of Technical Studies, Welding Technology. Jared Ray Elwine, Associate of Arts. Peyton Allen Douglas, Certificate of Technical Studies, Welding Technology.
May Margaret Anderson, Certificate of Technical Studies, Welding Technology with honors. Parker Lee Burke, Certificate of Technical Studies, Welding Technology. Ty William Allen, Certificate of Technical Studies, Welding Technology with honors. Connor M. Crane, Certificate of Technical Studies, Welding Technology. Lane Connor Anello, Certificate of Technical Studies, Welding Technology with honors. Micah James Groship, Associate of Arts. Rebecca April Bertosky, Associate of Applied Science, Graphic Design with honors. Cody Lyle Courier, Associate of Arts. Caitlin Elizabeth Burton, Associate of Science. Megan Renee Hansen, Associate of Arts with honors. Bria Jean Thayer, Associate of Arts with honors. Tyler John Allen Cockrell, Associate of Arts with honors. Allison Marie Eastman, Associate of Science. Brianna Marie Murphy, Associate of Arts. Alexis Ann Smith, Associate of Arts. Trinity Sky A. Englund, Associate of Science. Tiana Shalom Christ, Associate of Arts with honors. Jacob T. Finkbeiner, Associate of Arts. Sabrina Murray Orr, Associate of Arts with honors. Jessica Lee Latre, Associate of Applied Science, Physical Therapist Assistant. Taya Lynn Mergenthaler, Associate of Applied Science, Physical Therapist Assistant with honors. Darlene Caldbeck, Associate of Applied Science, Physical Therapist Assistant. John D. Allison, Associate of Applied Science, Physical Therapist Assistant. Susanna Lynn Rosales, Associate of Arts. Ethan Sir, Associate of Applied Science, Information Technology and Security with honors. Nakaren Tabtimhin Smith, Associate of Science. Violet Marie Zumwalt, Associate of Science. Sarah Nellie Bauscher, Associate of Applied Science, Radiologic Technology. Michelle Christine Larson, Associate of Applied Science, Radiologic Technology. Shalena Marie Neighbors, Associate of Applied Science, Radiologic Technology. Alyssa Lynn Nelson, Associate of Arts with honors. Sage May Thompson, Associate of Applied Science, Graphic Design. Amanda Loren Hardin, Associate of Science. Maverick Howard Colvig, Associate of Arts, Associate of Applied Science, Graphic Design. Ryan Tanner Thompson, Associate of Science. David Michael Morgan, Associate of Arts with Honors. Andrew James Minor, Associate of Science, Nursing. Geneva Joyce Sappington, Associate of Science, Nursing. Adair Alice Lukens, Associate of Science, Nursing with Honors. Garrett Adam Hill, Associate of Science. Caleb Allen Caro, Associate of Science with Honors. Jasmine Renee Molinas, Associate of Arts. Mistea Marie Raymond, Associate of Applied Science, Natural Resources Conservation and Management. Heather Marie Rennick, Associate of Applied Science, Natural Resources Conservation and Management. Mackenzie Rose Raymond, Associate of Arts with Honors. Elisa Carol DeJournas, Associate of Arts, Substance Abuse Counseling with Honors. Madison Lynn Brandt, Associate of Applied Science, Welding and Fabrication Technology with Honors. David P. Jutzi, Associate of Science, Associate of Applied Science, Welding and Fabrication Technology with Honors. Dylan L. Jessup, Associate of Applied Science, Welding and Fabrication Technology. Damian Scott Robinson, Associate of Applied Science, Electronics Technician and Electrical Technology. Julie M. Heidecker, Associate of Applied Science, Electrical Technology with Honors. Tyler Wayne Hummer, Associate of Arts. Shelby Ann Dunlap, Associate of Arts. Hillary Beatrice Willett, Associate of Applied Science, Business Administration with honors. Timber Mariah Hardman, Associate of Applied Science, Business Administration, Certificate of Applied Science, Entrepreneurship. Carissa Dawn Ritchie, Associate of Applied Science, Business Administration. Whitney C. Wilson, Associate of Arts. Jessica Jean McCollum, Associate of Applied Science, Graphic Design, Associate of Applied Science, Web Technology with honors. Letitia Camille Gavak, Associate of Applied Science, Graphic Design with honors. McKenna Camille Parks, Associate of Applied Science, Graphic Design with honors. LaDonna Starr Holt, Associate of Arts. Suni Ray Warner, Associate of Arts with honors. Marinella Paulette Stacone, Associate of Arts.
Congratulations, graduating class of 2022. Thank you, parents, family, and friends, for your support and attendance today. Please remain in your places until the marshals have escorted our faculty, staff, and graduates from the tent. Once again, thank you for attending FVCC's graduation ceremony.